Hi there, my name's Andy Hillier, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to play Guns for Hire from Arcane. It's a beautiful little song. I've done a cover version, so if you want to hear it played all the way through, go and check it out. I'll put a card above and a link in the description. So I'll teach you that today. Just before I do though, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, it really does help me out. Give me a like on the video as well, and please leave me some comments in the comment section. Let me know what songs I should do next. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me and you want to print the tabs off for this, I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Now there's a lot that we need to learn. There's quite a few lines. Guitars in standard tuning, capo on the first fret. The first line sounds like this. So to play that, we're going to start with an A minor chord, which is your first finger on B1, second finger on D2, and third finger on G2. And we're going to play it fingerstyle. We're going to play the middle four strings, and then we'll play the G string, and then the D string. So bar one goes. So the first hit lasts for 2 beats, the others last for 1 beat. So it goes 1, 2, 3. Then we go to this F chord, which we don't have to bar, you'll be thankful. Putting our first finger E1, second finger G2, third finger on A3, and little finger on D3. And we'll play the E, A, D and the G strings at the same time. And then play the D string on its own, and then the G string. So bar 2 goes. Into the third bar, we've got a D minor chord, which is your first finger on E1, third finger on B3, second finger on G2. And you're going to play the D, G, B and the E strings all at the same time. And then play the G string twice. And then bar 4, we're going to have to bar, so we've got our first finger barred across all the strings on the first fret, second finger on G2. And we're going to play the E string nearest to your face, the G2, and the E string nearest to the floor, all at the same time. You might be able to play it with some different fingers, but I'm barring it on this occasion. Then you're going to play A3, and then E1 nearest to your face, and then E. So bar 4 goes. Let's just play bars 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here we go. Bar 5, back to the A minor chord, same as what we had in bar 1. And then in bar 6, we're going to do like this B7 chord, which is your first finger on D1, second finger A2, third finger on D2, and you're going to play the A, D and the G strings at the same time. Then play the open B string, and then the D1, so it goes. And then into bar 7, this D minor / F chord. First finger E1, nearest to your face. Second finger on G2. Third finger D3. Little finger on B3. And you play the E string, the D, the G and the B strings at the same time. Then play the G string, then the E string nearest to your face, and then the B string. So bar 7 goes. And then bar 8 is an E chord, playing the open E, A2, D2, and then G1. So let's put the whole of that first line together. Here we go. on to the second line. The second line goes like this. So to play that bar 9, we've got a B flat chord. First finger's barred from the A string downwards on the first fret. Little finger on B3, third finger on G3. And you're going to play the E string, G, B and E strings at the same time. And then move a finger to D3. And then it's going to go down to D2 and you play the the A1 at the same time. So A1 and D2. And then a B3. So that bar, a bit tricky, goes. And then bar 10, we're going to the same shape that we had for the B7 before with the first finger D1, second finger A2, third finger on G2. But I'm going to add my little finger onto B4. It might be a bit of a stretch there. So you play the A2 and the D1, D1 on its own, the G2 with the B4, and then back to the A2. So it goes. If you can't reach that 4, just get rid of the 4 and you can just go. So there's no problem if you don't hit that 4, it just adds an extra note on top. And then bar 11, back to a D minor chord, where you're playing the D string, the G2, the E1 and the B3. An E major chord, 2 E strings, then B1 to the open B string. So let's just try that whole line. Here we go. On to the next line. It sounds like this. So to play that, we go A minor chord, playing the middle 4 strings, then the A string twice, this A over C sharp, which is 4 on the A string, G2, B2 and open E strings. It's a bit of a stretch. You could always just put your first finger flat across the D, G and the B strings, play an A chord with the third finger on A4 as an alternative to that. And then we go to a D minor chord in bar 14, then it plays E1 and E. So bars 13 and 14 go. Then bar 15, back to an A minor chord, then that A/C sharp again, D minor chord, the A/C sharp again. Again, you can change any one of those to the other shape that I showed you. Then just an open E on its own. Into bar 17, we've got this F chord, first finger B1, second finger G2, third finger A3, and little finger on D3. Middle 4 strings, hit that twice. B flat, the same as we played it before, and then a G3 on its own. So bar 17 goes. And bars 18 and 19 we've got. So you play the open E string, G2, A3, back to G2, A2, B, G2 and A2, so bar 18 goes. And then bar 19 you play the open E string with A2 and D2 to a G2, open B, B1 and then G2 to finish. So bar 19 goes. So let's try the whole line. Here it comes. That takes us to the chorus. Now the chorus is just playing some chords and just strumming quavers going. So the first one, A minor chord. Next bar, so we've done A minor, so hopefully you know that by now. Next bar is a C chord, which is your first finger, B1. Second finger on D2. Third finger, A3. Then we've got D minor. Then everyone's favourite, the F chord. First finger barred across all the strings on the first fret. Second finger on G2. Third finger A3. Little finger on D3. And you can change any of these chords to any different types of F chord that you know or whatever. If you know easier versions of these chords, feel free to play those. Then back to an A minor in bar 24. Got a B7 in 25. B7 is your little finger E2. Miss a string, put your third finger on G2. Miss a string and put your second finger on A2. Then we've got first finger on D1. Playing from the A string downwards. This D minor / F, we played this in the first line. Then E sus4, which is your second finger on A2. Third finger D2. Little finger on G2. Then put your first finger on G1 because it's going to go from the D sus, then you just take your little finger off and you're playing the E major chord. So let's try that whole line. We're just going to do 8 downstrokes on each chord, so it goes. On to the next line, starting with this B flat chord, first finger A1, third finger across the D, G and the B strings at the 3rd fret. And then this next chord is a B flat but with a flattened 5th. So A1, second finger on D2, third finger G3, little finger on B3. Bit of a strange chord, only for 2 beats, then it goes to B7, D minor for a bar, then E major for a bar. So that line goes. On to the next line, and we've got so to play that, we've got A minor chord, open A string, B3, open A, B1, straight to an E string, then A, then open B and G2. So bar 32 goes. F chord, then an E major chord, and then bar 34 is the same as bar 32. And then it's going to play like the top part of the F chord, so E1, B1, G2 and D3. And then open D with G2 and B3, so it's kind of part of a D chord or a D5 chord. And then B1 with A3 and D2. And then this E sus4 chord, which is just playing from the A2, D2, G2 and the B string. Just play the middle 4 strings on that. So bar 35 goes. So the whole line goes. On to the next line. So this is like a verse, so this is similar to like the beginning bit, but just chords now. We've got A minor for a bar, C for a bar, next bar. So bar 38 is a D minor chord for a bar, D minor 7, which is just your first finger across E1 and B1, second finger on G2. From the D string downwards, then D minor 6, first finger B1, got the open B now, and second finger on G2. So E1, G2, play the middle 4, so bottom 4 strings. Then F for a bar, A minor for a bar, B7 for a bar. Then that D minor / F that we had before. E sus4 to an E chord. So the whole line goes. And then the next line, we've got a D minor chord for a bar, F for a bar, E sus4 for a bar, and then E major for a bar, and then 2 beats of silence before it brings us back into the chorus. So let's just play this line. Here we go, 3, 4. One, 2, and then we go on to the chorus. It's exactly the same as the chorus was before, so let's just play straight through 2 lines. Here we go, 3, And then the last line, is similar to one of the other breakdowns we had, goes like this. So to play that, we've played this bar before. A minor, A string, B3, A, B1, E, A, open B, and then G2, and then the chords go same F chord that we had before, E1, B1, G2, and D3. It's D5, then E sus2, which is just D2, G2, and the B string, and then D2, G1, and the B string. So bar 62 goes. Bar 63 is the same as bar 61. Then that F chord, D5, and then we just play the D2, G2, and the open B strings, and that's the end. So that last line goes. And that's the whole song. Well, hopefully you found that little video useful and you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel, which is Andy Hillier, give me a like on the video, Leave me some comments in the comment section as well. Let me get some feedback from you. Let me know where in the world you're from and any ideas of videos for the next video that I do. And if you love what I'm doing and you want to support me and you want to print the tabs off for this, I'll put them on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Well, thanks for watching this. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.